Alston. How are you?
Okay.
You can have a seat right there. Okay. So, how are you today? Hanging in there?
Hanging there, so.
That's,
A little stress.
well, I'm glad you came in today. I received a little bit of information, with the form that you filled out. But before we get started, I have to explain a few formalities before we begin to talk with each other. First off is confidentiality. Now, what we talk about is strictly confidential, but there are a couple limits to the confidentiality. One is if you disclose to me that you feel like hurting yourself, harming yourself, or harming someone else, or abusing children, or in those ideas, then I would definitely have to disclose it to the appropriate authorities because
Right.
Counselors, our main concern is your welfare and the welfare of others, and so I wouldn't be right if I didn't do that. And secondly, for example, if we were to meet out in public, I want to, be clear that I'm not going to approach you and introduce myself because I don't want you to feel uncomfortable with whomever you're with and be subjected to questions that you're not comfortable answering as far as who I am.
Okay.
And you may want to talk about some issues that really should be done in a closed setting. That's not appropriate to do in public. So is that okay with you?
That's okay.
You understand the limits of confidentiality and if we were to meet in public, okay?
Right.
Well, I'm glad you understand, and as long as that's out the way,
Okay.
what brings you in today?
Just got some issues about work, the stress of work.
What exactly, let's start from the beginning. What happened? What triggered you to want to come see me as far as work is concerned?
Trying to cope with work every day, every day, hustle and bustle, the stress, being discriminated at work.
So you've
overworked.
had incidents
Yes.
of discrimination at work. Okay, with who?
Management, most managers, supervisors, really.
Okay. What type of discrimination have they exhibited towards you?
Discrimination, blaming you for things.
Okay.
How can I put it? Putting a finger on you, and getting written up for things that you shouldn't be written up for. Simple things. Put the blame on this person because she's in this position and this person is not. So put the blame on the person that's so-called under them.
Okay.
Get the heat off of you to put the blame on that person. So that's what I feel like it's been going on for a while.
How long has it been going on?
Probably about 3 years.
3 years.
Right.
Okay. How long have you been at the job?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. So the entire time you've been there, it's been happening to you.
Yep.
Has it been happening from the same individuals or has there been different?
A few people. They're in a clique. They're in a group.
Okay.
You knew when you're new, they're gonna figure you out. Be in the position I'm in. You're new to. You're not a new part. New at the work, but you're new to the environment. So they want to figure you out. They want to see what you're about, and they want to. If you're not in the clique, then they want to pretty much make it hard for you.
Okay.
So.
And Okay, so has it been happening to anyone else or only you?
No, I can't speak for nobody else, but it probably has.
So you haven't witnessed it
No.
happening to anyone else?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, actually I have. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have recently.
Okay.
Right.
So you're not alone as far as the discrimination is concerned.
Right.
Okay. So how has it how does it make you feel? How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel incompetent.
Okay.
It makes me feel alone, like I'm not doing my job correctly. Like,
Okay.
what am I even here for? This is what I'm supposed to be here. This is my gift from God. How can I serve when I have to worry about this, and this, and that? If I do this, don't do this right, I'm gonna get consequences for this, and that. And I have so much stuff I have to do in this so-called time period. You know.
So the thing you have a lot of responsibilities.
Right.
That are they responsibilities just from doing your job, performing your job, or other than performing your job?
Other.
Other than performing your
Oh
job.
yeah.
And you still can get reprimanded for handling
Uh huh.
those
Oh yeah.
also.
Because one little thing you don't do, for example, if a situation happened where first shift didn't report a certain thing. Well, one of the residents' family members wanted to report an incident,
Okay.
and it was a ring that was stolen.
Okay.
Can I use the example? I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a ring that was missing or stolen or whatever. A resident family member, she couldn't find anybody on first shift to report it.
Okay.
So she reported to second shift. She called on change of shift at 2:30 at 3 o'clock when I was working, and she reported that her mother's engagement ring was missing.
Okay.
So I did all the protocol. I filled the paperwork out. I did all that. At the particular time, we had one particular person where we have to watch 1-on-1,
Okay.
and I got 30 patients. I have 30 people I have to pass pills to, take vitals on, blood sugars at least 6 or 7. Watch the dining room with
Okay.
2 other nurses.
Okay.
Call people, and answer the phone.
Okay.
I
So you're
mean,
saying
I have a lot of
so you're saying basically that
responsibility.
your responsibilities are did they conflict with how you had to handle the situation?
Yes,
They did.
because
Okay.
of so happened I got in trouble because I didn't. I reported the incident at 9:30.
Mhm.
When I had this 1-on-1, I wasn't thinking about, oh shoot, I gotta report. I did the paperwork as I was going on, plus doing all my responsibility while I'm trying to watch somebody 1-on-1. It's impossible. It's practically impossible. But I get in trouble 3 days later. Oh, I'm gonna have to write you up because you didn't tell me in enough time. We only have 24 hours to report this to the state. So
Okay.
did she not report it to the state in enough time, but she's putting it on me? Or what? Because you didn't say that when I called you that, okay, you're late. Why didn't you call me earlier?
So this
So,
is an example of management blaming you for things that may not technically be your fault.
right. And
Okay.
then I heard to me that the incident they had found they had found the ring. They didn't have to report it to the state. So why would you tell me that? Was it really true or not? And you
So
want me to and
the self blame, I mean, not self blame, excuse me, but the blaming um, of you on things. Is there are there any other ways that they discriminate against you besides the blaming?
discrimination. Well, I mean more than discrimination. I mean,
What do you mean
how?
by
I
that?
mean, yeah. I mean, to me, you discriminated if you're in a role and you're getting talked to any kind of way.
Give me an example of how they may have talked to you that wasn't appropriate.
Just like me and you are on the phone. I can't tell nobody how you talking to me. I'm the only person that can hear you.
Okay.
You know, talking really, smart and short, and I need this, dun, 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 just short and just rude. You don't have to
So,
talk to somebody like that if you need something to get done.
so it's basically their attitude and demeanor toward you.
Right.
That is,
And their body language
um,
tell it all. I mean, your body language just, you know.
so they have really bad dispositions
Right.
and they treat you in the same manner.
Right.
And that does that make you feel the same way as incompetent or low?
Make you feel low, like they're belittling you, they're putting
Okay.
you down, making you feel bad, about yourself. And
So how do you don't react to them though? You do you um you say some do you say something about it? Do you defend yourself?
I kind of internalize a
You
lot of things.
internalize
Yes, I
that.
do.
Okay. And so when you come home from work, how do you cope with what you dealt with at work?
Probably shut down.
Shut down.
Isolation.
Well, what about an alternative, to internalizing all of this and shutting down? Have you thought about coping mechanisms or things that you can do to release this this emotional turmoil that you're having?
Like what? No, I don't know. I mean,
I mean, what do you do? Do you have alone time? Do you take walks? Do you shop? Do you maybe watch television?
watch TV, or get on the internet or something like that, or
Does that help?
listen to music, spiritual music, read the
Music is
Bible.
a good
Oh yes.
relaxing thing to
Mhm.
do. Read the Bible also. Um, do you do that often?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Mhm.
Okay. What about maybe exercise? Does that
Uh,
help or
so if you have the energy to do it,
so
because
you be
sometimes you
really
feel
tired?
tired mentally. You're tired mentally,
Okay.
physically. So how can you work out when you're mental and physical? You don't have, and you're not emotional. It's just if you don't feel like it, it's like you're down.
Emotionally draining.
It's just it is.
Also. Okay. So yeah, exercising. So it could work kind of both ways. Um, but when you add the emotional draining on top of
On top of the
your
others.
mental focusing and your physical being tired, then that could really take a toll on you. Is it has the internalization of the stress has it affected you as far as health wise or
Oh
your
yeah.
relationship, your family?
High blood pressure. I
Okay.
have anxiety.
Okay. Has it affected your relationship?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. And
Definitely have.
has it affected you as far as how you respond to certain other things in your life or interact with your family? Has it? I mean, do they notice it,
They do.
or do
They
you
notice
treat
it.
them differently?
Oh, probably don't want to be bothered. Like
Okay.
I said, isolate myself, or just build up a wall, or
Okay.
that type of thing.
So
Communicate. Communicating with them. It's kind of hard. Sometimes, cause they don't understand.
so
They don't have a clue what I'm going through. So,
have you ever tried to tell them?
oh yeah, I have.
Do they understand
Now
though?
they're beginning to understand.
Okay.
Now, once I realized, once I told them, hey, this is going on. If they're putting all this paper on me, this is my bread and butter. I can't afford to lose my job.
Mhm.
I worked so hard to get.
Yeah,
my position.
I understand. So, what do you want to accomplish as far as trying to get past? What decisions have you made as far as to resolve the problem? You know,
To resolve the problem. None, really. I should have, but I don't have the time. I mean, I could, you know, have a one-on-one with that person, but what would that solve?
no, it's always
I
a thing
mean,
of
I could
trying
take,
to fix the way someone acts. But I mean, have you made any decisions as far as with the job as
oh, I
as a
done had
whole?
enough. I mean, I'm pretty
You
much
fed up?
been looking for another job for the past 2 years, and I finally found one. So I'm really gonna resign in the next two weeks. I'm moving on.
So you have made the decision
To
to
move,
resign.
right. Too
Okay.
stressful on all levels.
It is.
But it's not. It's the job. I love the job. I know I'm doing it for a reason. My purpose in life, serving people.
Okay.
I know I have good co-workers. I have no problem with teamwork. I mean, we work well together. The residents love me.
Okay.
They so happy to see me when I come back. The family members, a few of them, matter of fact, 3 or 4 of them was like, I was trying to, letting them know, getting them ready, like, I just don't want to just leave. And they said, what happened to her?
Okay.
Letting them know, well, I might be moving on, and, my decision, because I have to, go on for a
So
reason.
instead
And
of
they're very upset, like, no,
okay.
no, we can't be losing you.
Okay.
All the nurses and you, no.
Okay.
So it's not a problem with the job. I mean, the workload is a lot of work, but I enjoy it.
Because you enjoy what
I
you do.
enjoy what I enjoy it. It's my passion.
Okay.
But when I have to deal with this on the up hand, I just can't, because I've been going through a lot last year. I can't, it's too much.
There are certain things that people just shouldn't be subjected to. Management is it's a very touchy subject. Um, but that was so instead of staying there and enduring through the uh, mental and verbal abuse, you decided to leave. That was the better alternative for you.
Yeah, I think so right
Um,
now. A new start, new beginning. I mean, I might can come back, but right now I have to go. I can't.
okay.
It ain't worth it.
Do
You want to be happy,
see? So, in other words, you see all pluses with leaving. You really don't have anything negative as far as leaving that job because you found another one.
Right.
So,
Not too much. I mean, you get
well,
comfortable where you at.
yes,
You don't want to leave because you get comfortable. It's close to my house, 6 blocks
good
away.
location.
Good location. I mean, you build relationships with people, friends.
Yeah.
Your residents. You're
So those
comfortable.
could be negative parts
It
of
is.
having to leave the position.
Yeah.
But
But
there are the consequences of that would be good consequences, as far as mental health.
mhm.
But for example, have you thought about if you go to another position and experience it also,
Mhm.
would you would you try and stick it out then or make another decision to leave?
No.
Continue to run.
I want to learn to communicate better. A little bit better. I wouldn't continue to run.
Okay. Have you ever so I guess what I'm trying to figure out is the way they speak to you and blame you for things. Have you ever thought that it may be for grooming you or for a different reason? For a better reason, not a negative reason? When it's just
No,
no, so
never.
there's no different interpretation of how
Never.
they treat you.
I don't think so. But maybe it
Okay.
is. Maybe it's me. I don't know.
Have you?
Sometimes maybe I don't know. I
have-
mean,
do
but
you
to
think
be
you've
treated like
done?
that,
Do you think you've ever done something to warrant them to treat you like that?
no,
Okay.
nope. I'm easygoing personality, laid back. Why would somebody treat somebody like that if they're?
Okay.
I'm not aggressive. I'm not, argumentative.
Okay.
You ask me to do something, I do it.
Okay. So you are
I'm
not.
flexible,
Okay.
so I don't see why would you treat somebody and talk to people any kind of way. If I'm not treating you like that, why would you treat me like that? So I don't understand it. I just
Have you? So you have never tried to talk with them regarding it then?
no,
No. Did you think that maybe you should have
maybe
talked with them about it to see if it would have changed?
I could have.
But you just
I
decided
just
against
didn't.
it.
Right.
It wasn't
When you're
worth
going,
it.
I mean, when you're going through the motions, when you have time to talk and schedule this and that, when you're busy, you have a busy life. I'm gonna come in an hour early or 30 minutes early to talk about who has the time. They don't have time. We don't have the time for that.
So let me ask you, you're a subordinate person, you have a good demeanor and attitude at work, you do what they ask you, and you still get this treatment, but you've never tried to talk with them about it. Is it because I mean, you say time, but is it because you don't want to confront it?
Right. I don't want to confront it, and I don't want to. I guess I'm saying their supervisor, okay. They if I confront it and maybe something that maybe I'll really get in trouble for maybe they'll
Okay.
treat me
Retaliation.
right.
Okay. Okay. Um, so you don't want to confront it. Do you have feelings of maybe it's not worth confronting?
Right.
Or
Some of the stuff is not.
fearful?
Some of the stuff is not worth confronting because it's pettiness.
Okay.
I just say, oh well, and if it's my fault, okay, I'll move on. But and some of it, it's not worth it. And some of it is just, I don't know. It's
Okay.
just not like really worth
Okay.
it. I just move on. But after a while, stuff keep coming and happening and happening. You're like, well, hold on a minute. This is getting to be too much.
So
It's
it's
built up.
it's causing anxiety.
Mhm.
It's causing or it's attributing to your contributing, excuse me, to your high blood pressure, and it's causing you to build up a barrier, a wall between you and your family, and you're putting yourself in isolation because of it,
Mhm.
and internalizing it is not a good way to deal with it. Talking it out, or actually confronting the emotions that you are experiencing because of it
Mhm.
is much better, and I'm glad that you're doing that. It's the right thing to do. Um, Holding things in, it most of the time it's never good because, like you said, it's weighing on your family, it's weighing on your health, and it's weighing, and I'm pretty sure it may be weighing on how you're doing the job, or
Right.
taking away from the enjoyment of
Oh
your
yeah.
job.
Definitely.
So it's and if you feel that the best decision is to just leave that environment, then that would be the best alternative for you.
Right.
Is it weighing heavily on as far as your intimacy with your husband?
Oh yeah. Definitely. Oh yeah.
That's probably another.
That's another issue.
Yeah, that's another section, within itself.
Mhm.
But I think that's all the time that we have for today.
Okay.
But if you come back and see me, we can get into the other areas and work on those,
Oh, okay.
and then help you through the process of resigning. And you may have some time left that once they know, you may experience some more. try to get you to stay. You never know. But through it all, you're probably going to want to talk through the decisions that you'll have to make with that. So we can definitely work on those.
Oh, sounds
We
good.
definitely can. But one thing, if you allow me to, that I would really like for you to do, I would really like for you to really um, make a checklist of things, possible things that you may not do or you may would like to do that would help with the not internalizing what you go through. You know, like maybe when you go through a situation, make it a point to come home and talk with them. Or when you go through a situation and you're feeling this way, make it a point to just lay down and try to figure out how you feel and how to stop yourself from feeling this way instead of holding it in.
It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, and I didn't say it was gonna be easy, but let's start with the first thing, the checklist. You know, of things that you can do to help you from internalizing your emotions. We'll start with the one thing first,
Okay.
and then go from there. So,
Sounds
same
good.
time next week?
Yep.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
And it was a pleasure speaking with you today.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.